Welcome back to the Be Wiser Expert interview series in Duesseldorf today. I'm sitting here with two managing directors from Captrader, which is a trading and brokerage platform. I'm sitting here with Andreas and Christian Weiss. They're brothers, and if you look at their faces, you will soon notice that they're twins. And they told me that they're working together since about 10 years or more. They're going to tell you in a second. So if two brothers are still working together after such a long time and they're both still alive, this must be a good match. What is Captrader? It's a platform for brokerage and trading, and I understand that there's three things that make them special. One is their expertise on options. That's why we want to talk about options a bit today. The other is their service quality. It's a company where when you call them, there's actually somebody picking up the phone. Doesn't happen too often these days. And the third thing is that their tools are state of the art, but they're going to tell you in a second. I understand you're both from the financial services industry. You have a financial background. Tell us where you come from.
We started about 14 years doing business with Interactive Brokers, which is one of the biggest online brokers in the USA. And we wanted to offer for our clients the service for trading stocks, options, ETFs, warrants, and whatever, all this product world. And we do the German service for our clients here. And this is how we started. And also our asset management, we trade with Captrader and use these products also. And my brother joined the company 2 years later. So we are about 13 or 15 years now in the industry and with Captrader now. Yeah.
Okay. And you've been with banks before?
Yes. We have both studied in universities. We have studied economics, and we have worked in different banks, and now we are together with Captrader.
Okay, so you have about 50,000 clients, and you operate almost all stock exchanges and trading places of this planet. So people even outside of Germany could work with you and do whatever they want, whatever is legitimate.
Yeah,
let's put it that way. We wanted to talk a bit about option trading. Options are so useful, and I've always loved to apply option trading strategies in my portfolios. But I always noticed that with private investors, it's difficult to get the message across because they don't have the knowledge, maybe because they feel it's too risky and they don't want to tap into that. Do you have many private investors that work with you in options, and did you train them in order to get them do this, or how did that come?
Well, options is one of the most traded products with our clients in Captrader. We have many experienced clients, but we have also beginners who start trading options. So it varies from this to this. But we educate our clients in doing how to trade options and what is the financial understanding and what are the metrics about this. So we have all types of clients.
At Captrader, they believe in financial education, and that's of course something that I love to hear coming from Be Wiser, which is an online trading company, as you know. So which kind of strategies would you recommend for private investors when using options? Which are the strategies that they mostly...
For beginners, it would be the best, I think, if you trade covered calls. Yeah? You have a stock portfolio and then you sell calls. You can also trade cash secured puts, and you can also trade protective puts to protect your portfolio. I think these simple strategies are the best for beginners.
So let me sum that up in my words. One is generating extra income, and the other is taking risk out. At a price, of course, and the question is always, is hedging with options too risky? But you have all the other hedging instruments on the shelf as well. So people could tap into the most efficient tool or instrument that is out there. And just to give you a practical example, if you have a stock in your portfolio traded at 100 and you think there is still upside potential, but at 120 you would sell, instead of putting a limit order into the market, you could as well sell a call option to somebody else who would then maybe above 120 take the stock from you. But no matter what this other person does, the option premium is something that you're going to keep forever. So basically, you do something like a limit option, limit order, but you get money for it, and otherwise you don't. So these kind of overlay strategies that provide for extra income are quite interesting, and that's something that for people with bigger portfolios is quite useful for an efficient management. So that's something that I think you agree.
The possibility to getting paid for waiting, I think it's not for everyone very, very common. So you have the possibility to do this. You can place a limit buy order, or you can sell a put, for example, and it's nearly the same, but you get paid for waiting. And if you do not get the execution, so you get paid for waiting. And this is, I think, a good thing you can use.
And you can do it, for example, you can do it monthly. So you get monthly a premium, for example. So
very nice.
You can do it again and again, and it's very, very good instrument.
I love that anyway, but we have to convince more people out there to do this. Are there some option strategies you would not recommend to private investors that they shouldn't do it all?
For beginners, I would not trade naked calls, because the risk is too high, and you should also not trade complex strategies like multi-leg strategies like iron condors or butterflies if you don't know how they work, because you have to understand how it works and how you put it in your platform.
So a naked call would be a call where you don't have the underlying in the portfolio, and you just do work with that call and hope it goes well, and you don't know.
And also short-term strategies like weekly options or options which expire the same day or in one day can be very risky if you don't protect this.
Okay, so let's make this practical. If I'm a family office guy that wants a bigger amount of wealth, and I have a big financial instrument portfolio, and I call you, and I have the idea, I mean, you're not going to tell me where the market goes and what to buy or to sell. That's not your license. But if I call you and I tell you I have this stock in this kind of sector that I think is good long term, I want to keep it anyway, but short term there could be more risk. What are the strategies to profit from that risk? Do you have tools that do a simulation on that and help me with it? Okay.
Yeah, you can use the tools like Option Strategy Lab or things like that. You can put the scenario into the tool. You can say, for example, you think about that the volatility will rise or will go down, and what will happen then? And the tool shows you the scenario, what to do, and gives you examples how to trade this. And I think this is a very good backup or a very good tool to use and to think about what if the strategy you think about is the right one. For example, you get the feedback from the tool if it's okay or not.
Like with anything we do in investment, things can go well or they may go wrong. We all have bad trades, that's normal. So is there a plan B needed that in the event it doesn't go into that direction that I expected it to, that I just close out on the trade and stop the loss from getting bigger? And what are the strategies and tools for that?
I think the most important thing is that you have the right position size in your trade, so yet that you have not a too big loss if your expectation will not happen. So you do not need a plan B. If you have the right strategy and the right risk and money management, you do not need it. Because your loss is limited, and you know what is your maximum loss. You can also use tools like the risk navigator in our trader workstation to make value at risk analysis, and you can play different scenarios and For example, if the S&P 500 goes down for 10% in one day,
You
what
can
happens
have a
with your
simulation.
portfolio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Now I understand that these kind of tools that you pointed out, they're not just there for your staff, but people who work with you as clients, they get access to them as well and can use these state-of-the-art tools. So that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you can use the Trader workstation. This is a software you can download, and you can use the tools within the software. You can also use it on your phone or mobile device, and so you can use.
Very
free.
good.
Yeah.
Very good.
It's
Cool.
free to use.
Okay. Have you many private investors as clients yet that do these kind of strategies with you?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, options is one of the most traded products, as mentioned before, and well, we do not know from every client do you use the tool or not, but we know that the demand for this is very high, and the webinars, and we educate them how to do the risk management and how to act with the tools, and I think it's good to have this and to offer this for our clients also, and they can use it.
Is it still the case that private clients are more buy and hold persons, or do they already trade more actively?
It varies. You have the income investors who have the dividend portfolio and they wait and get paid from dividends, but we have also the active traders who frequently trade and change the portfolio, change the stocks, and hedge with options and so on.
It depends on the market.
Yeah.
If, for example, the S&P 500 rises 10% per year, every year steady increase, you do not need to trade so often. But if the markets go down, or if we have some crisis or whatever, you have to trade. You have to protect. You have to, for example, roll your options to another date, or for example to another expiry. And it depends how the volatility is and how the markets work.
Do you see more private clients getting active instead of just giving a portfolio management mandate to some company? Do you think there is a trend there, or is it just in the clients that you have that there is more activity?
It was a trend during the Corona time when many people worked from home and they started to begin trading. Yeah, they had more time, or they had the possibility because the colleagues are not behind him and looking what he's doing. So you can trade stocks. But also, I think there's a time you do not go to your bank and you do not say to your bank, here's the money and do it for me, but you want to do it your own. You want to learn it, and we experience more and more clients who want to do it on their own. Yeah.
Now, from my own,
you have more possibilities of financial education. Because you can use podcasts, you can use YouTube trainings or what else, but you have to understand which are the good educators and which are only influencers who talk. But the possibilities to get the knowledge is getting easier now.
Very true. That's very true. So the clients that you work with are not all experienced. Some of them need the training, and then you're happy to go with them, to go that way with them. How do you cope with the emotional and psychological dimension of option trading? From my own experience, I know that usually people who do that, they watch the price every 5 minutes and they get nervous if it doesn't go into the right direction immediately. How do you deal with that?
Yeah, we do not trade such options. So I want to go to bed and want to sleep well, and don't want to have to look into my portfolio, what is going on. But I've done this before, 20 years or 25 years ago. I started in the morning, was looking every 5 minutes, but and I have positions, long-term positions, like position trading. So you have to look. You have to see what the portfolio is doing once a day, and that's all.
Oh.
If you have a strategy, if you have a plan, and you know what you do, everything is fine.
Okay. Now, when we prepared this interview, we had one more philosophical question also on the list, and this is the only one I'm going to read out. So it's stated well. It has often been said that active trading and investing is not only a way of managing your liquid assets via the financial markets and exchanges, but also a means of developing your personality. Is that a romantic view, or is there some truth in there?
Yeah, it is true, because if you trade by your own, you learn very much about yourself. Yeah. When we talk about behavioral finance, you get to know yourself very better while you are trading, because the decisions you make on the stock markets or on the option markets, sometimes they are logical, but sometimes they are irrational, and so irrational. So you get very much about yourself, and I think for me it also shows me that you have to be patient. You have to be you need a clear plan, and a clear strategy, and sometimes it takes years, to get
the learning curve going.
Yeah, it's a human phenomenon. If you first lose money, then you get it back and you win, so you feel good. But if you first win amount of money and then you lose it, you feel bad. And the result is the same, but it's a psychological thing, and you have to deal with losses, and this is, I think,
absolutely. This is why we have an expert interview about neuroscience also, because this kind of behavioral finance thing is very important, because there's such a lack between the structures that our brain works with, that was shaped like 1,000 of years ago, and financial markets of today, that doesn't really go well together. So you need to control your brain a little bit to be successful, I guess. Okay.
It's very important.
I think it was a very good insight into your work that you gave us, and we could take from here that this is a very service-oriented and state-of-the-art trading partner that Captrader out of Duesseldorf offers to not only Germany, but to any private individual that runs a family office and wants to do more in the markets, or maybe in options where you are best positioned to help with. So thank you so much for sitting with us today and giving me this great view from the wine tower in Düsseldorf. I've never been up here, and it's so beautiful. I hope that the people who watch this video get a little bit of that side that we have. Thank you so much for being with us, and talk to you soon. This was the Be Wiser Expert Interview series.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your invitation.